witches, Zoe Soul here, and today I am going to talk to you about Ouija boards. Are they safe? So if you are at all integrated into pop culture, you probably have seen the myriad of movies and things about Ouija boards and how they're evil and possessions happen and, all of these negative things can happen. And while that is true, bad spirits can come through the Ouija board. I have to say that I myself am a big fan of the Ouija board. I have a lot of fun with the Ouija board. And I want to talk today about best practices, how to keep yourself safe, and just a little bit about what my thoughts are on divination in general. So first and foremost, I want to point out that all forms of divination are merely tools. And so it's really up to you, the practitioner, to use these tools in a way that is safe and responsible. And so we'll talk about that. But I think that a lot of the negative stories you hear usually come out of people really not knowing what they're doing, people fooling around, not taking it seriously, and just generally being irresponsible with the tools and with the Ouija board. Because again, it's a tool, and depending on how you use it, you can use it for something that can be really positive and really fun and really enjoyable, or you can use it for just entertainment and totally disrespect it and call in negative spirits, and nobody wants that. So how do you protect yourself? Well, the first thing that you want to make sure that you do is have good intentions. Your intention and your mindset when you go into any type of magical practice or divination is really important. So if you're in a negative headspace or you have a lot of fear, anxiety, it is not the time to play with the Ouija board or a spirit board, as some people call it, or to do any type of spell working, unless the spell working is specifically for easing your anxiety and getting you into a calm state. But if you're not in a good state, it's not the right time, because when you're in that negative headspace, that's exactly when you're going to attract negative energies. And there are entities out there that do mean you harm. I don't think that, they're out there just looking to attack you. I think that you have to open yourself up to them. And when you open yourself up to them, it's sort of like if you are vibrating at a certain frequency and you are sending out negative signals, it's like a beacon and they will be drawn to it. And that's where you start to get really yucky stuff like attachments and hauntings and poltergeists and all of that start to come in. So make sure that you are in a good headspace. I always like to have a very specific intention in mind. So if I am going to play with a Ouija board or a spirit board, I might say I want to connect specifically with, ancestors or family that has passed or friends that have passed. Or maybe I want to connect specifically with whatever spirits are here in this house or in this environment, but only the spirits that have good intentions and that are not, don't have negative intentions. So first and foremost, check yourself. Make sure you are in a good headspace. The second thing you want to do is go ahead and you can clear the energy. You can use sage, you can burn a candle, however that works for you, but go ahead and clear the space of negativity. Sage is a good one. I also like Palo Santo, but one really effective tool you can use if you don't have anything like that or you are averse to smells is that you can close your eyes and visualize a white light that starts from the center of your body and just expands and gets bigger and bigger and bigger until the white light is encircling the whole room in protection. That is a very great way to protect yourself. Another witchy thing that you can do is you can get white rope or cord and you can place it all around you. You can also sprinkle black salt. That's another one, sprinkling it around you as you work. So there are different ways that you can create barriers of protection around you. You can do it physically or you can do it visually. Either way works, but it is important that you do protect and set boundaries around yourself. Now, once you've done that, I am a big fan of calling in your guides for protection. Your guides are spirits, ancestors, specific deities, or even spirit animals that you work with on a regular basis. They are sort of your spiritual family or spiritual team. And they're there to come in to, again, just be another layer of protection, so that if something's wanting to come through that isn't going to be beneficial for you or anybody in the room, they can kind of act as guardians and help you ward that energy off in a way. So I will always call in my guides. If you don't have specific guides that you work with, or you don't know who they are, that's okay. There's a couple different things you can do. One is you can, if you believe in angels or work with angels, you can call in angels to come and protect you with their energy. If you know of specific angels that you want to work with, I personally don't work with angels, so I don't know them, but I know a lot of people do. I know, that like if you want to call Raphael or Gabrielle or specific angels that you resonate with, you can call them in. Another thing you can do is you can simply ask your ancestors, the spirit of your ancestors, to come through. Believe it or not, even if you're not close with your family, or your family and you are disconnected, or even if you don't know who your family is, that's okay. You still have a connection to your lineage, and you can still call on the spirits of your ancestors because that bloodline is there. And so, believe it or not, they do have an interest in their bloodlines that are alive on this planet. So don't discount that. I would definitely call in your ancestors and use them as a protective source. If those don't really work for you, that's okay too. You can also call in the elements. And I like to call in the 4 directions. So I will cast a circle around me, a circle of protection. And so I will start in the east, and I will call in what I call a watchtower or a guardian, and I will invoke that energy to come up and create a pillar right there in the east. And then I will do the same thing, moving in a clockwise direction. I will go from east to south to west to north, and I will move in all of the directions, creating pillars, and then those pillars then create a circle and will create a boundary. If you don't know how to cast a circle, there are plenty of resources online. In fact, I may make a video on how to cast a circle at some point later. Now, once you start engaging in the board or the divination practice, make sure that you're doing so with respect. Understand that basically what you're doing is you are knocking on the door to spirit. And so do so with reverence. You wouldn't want someone barging in your house and screaming in your house, "Hey, come out, come on," and like egging you on and like teasing you and provoking you. You want to do so very responsibly and respectfully. So, as you start, just keep that in mind, that you are asking these spirits to come out and do whatever they're doing in spirit land to come and interact with you. And so don't be an ass. Just, be nice, be respectful, and be good company. Just be generally polite and be good and pleasant company. If at any point you encounter an energy that you are not comfortable with, you can simply ask them to leave. And if you find that they are not leaving, well, that's a good time to call upon your guides for aid and to just close out the board. You can just go right to goodbye, close it down, shut it down, call on your guides, sage the area, and be done. Be done for the night. That's your signal that, you should be done. However, I will say that I really don't think you're going to have that issue if you follow the first 3 steps. I think that so long as you follow those first 3 steps, you should be fine. So, in response to the question, is the Ouija board evil? Is it bad? No. I really believe it is just a tool, just like anything else, and it is all in how you approach it. So be safe, approach it with respect, and have lots of fun, you ghouls and darklings. Bye.
Palettes of color. Fractured mosaic.